Ladies and gentlemen, fear persists regarding battery swaps despite NIO partnerships and ONVO debut. Overcoming this apprehension is pivotal for universal acceptance and adoption. People still fear battery swaps. What partnerships could potentially harm NIO? Friends, you should check out the ONVO sub-brand Car L60 doing a battery swap at a NIO Gen 3 swap station. It's fantastic. You can see it in a clip on the app. Wow, it swaps just like NIO does. Very impressive. And, of course, that clip has been shared on social media in China and also on the NIO app. Interestingly, the person who shared the video said, "Oh my god, now I have to stand in line and fight for batteries with the ONVO sub-brand car." So, that's what they're saying. But certainly, it was half joking but also half serious. And this raises a very interesting question. We'll come back to this later. But first, it's crucial to understand that some people, including NIO owners, still fear battery swaps. Let me explain fully. There's a video of another NIO owner who went to a swap station. He saw another ES8 getting charged instead of swapped. So, he asked the ES8 owner why they were charging instead of swapping. The ES8 owner said, "Oh, I'm afraid of swapping because I don't want to end up with a faulty or less fresh battery. My battery is new, and I'm worried about that." They are charging it. And when they were asked how long they have kept this car, they said they have kept their car for 6 months, and they are worried that they might end up with a faulty battery during the swap. To tell the truth, everyone has this fear. Alright, it's sort of like losing your V-card. Yes, the first time is always the most intimidating, right? And for you too, if you haven't done battery swaps in NIO ownership for 2 or 3 months, that's the reason. Alright, there was a bit of fear that maybe it would end up with a faulty battery and all that. But now, looking back, that was completely pointless. I don't know, people just need to overcome it, you know? And you just have to do it once. Then it will be easier for you to do it repeatedly. And that's why there are only 2 types of people. Those who haven't done battery swaps and those who like battery swaps. Alright? This just shows that once you get past this initial fear and experience battery swaps and how easy it is. Alright? And as for battery degradation, there's really no need to worry about it. Alright? In terms of this battery degradation problem, people worry about swapping into a degraded battery in battery swaps. You're also one of them. You're worried about it too. But in theory, inside NIO swap stations, all batteries are at least 93% battery health. Alright. So they are quite healthy. And those that are not healthy may be dropped to 92% at most. What NIO does is, it separates the battery pack. It removes the module that is faulty or damaged and replaces it with a new module. So, you can see that the battery pack is always in good health. In reality, it's even healthier if you use it for a long time. If you haven't swapped your car for 3 years, your battery might be more degraded than the batteries at the swap stations. The batteries at the swap stations would be better than mine, and still, there's nothing to worry about. There are only rare cases where you might need to return the battery cases. For example, if you deliberately cause an accident with your car and damage the battery, and it's not your battery but one you've rented, then you might have to return the battery. But under normal circumstances, that doesn't happen. NIO owners, as you know, after 5 years, 5 or 6 years, need to purchase new batteries for models like the Ioniq 5 or Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. After a few years, the battery deteriorates, and they have to buy a new one. This can never happen with NIO cars. Alright, so this is something to keep in mind. But people are still very scared. And this clearly reflects that we are still in the early stages of battery swaps. Mentally, we haven't reached that point yet. Okay? Mentally, people are not there yet. Acceptance. Okay? Even NIO owners. Okay? These people, they bought NIO. They like the car, and they vote for it with their money. They bought NIO, but they're still afraid of battery swaps. This is a mountain that everyone will eventually have to cross. And this mountain is something that tells us, that we haven't reached that point yet. We're not yet at a place where everyone accepts battery swaps. Okay? We're not at a point where everyone says this is the best thing ever. Those who have experienced battery swaps, okay, they think it's the best thing. Okay? Everyone benefits from it. But those who don't actually experience battery swaps in their daily lives, they don't know what it's like. Okay? They don't know what it's like. This is fear. This is that constant fear. And this is the thing that NIO will have to overcome and everyone will have to overcome so that mass adoption of battery swapping can take place. Alright? So, there are definitely people who believe in this. Some people don't care at all. Alright. But this is a genuine fear, the fear of the first time or the fear of losing the V-card, and when people get past this, the situation will improve. Now, about the other thing we discussed, the competition between ONVO cars and NIO cars for battery swaps in Gen 3, and also for Gen 4 swap stations in the future. Look, this is possible, this may happen, but Gen 2 swap stations and Gen 1 swap stations are still exclusive to NIO. And if you look at it from an investor perspective, alright, this is very good. It means it has a 900-volt architecture before ONVO. It's a very good product, a beautiful car, and at a very reasonable price. And everyone has access to all these swap stations. And this will make that car very competitive against its competition. Alright. On the other hand, yes, sometimes there will be cases where NIO will have to, stand behind ONVO or vice versa. Maybe have to wait a little longer for the swap. But the head of NIO Power has said that the more ONVO cars there are, the more swap stations there will be. And this will only make things much, much better. If a swap station always has a line, and both ONVO cars and NIO cars are always in line for battery swaps there, then NIO may need to build more swap stations in that area to meet the demand. More cars mean more swap stations, and then there will also be traffic congestion. These lines are temporary. You can check in the beginning, but they will build more swap stations to make it easier. So there's no need to worry much about that. In terms of the product, I think ONVO cars will be amazing. ONVO cars will sell very well, definitely more than NIO. Yes, they've finally understood. I would like to say that they have finally understood. Good product, good price, battery swap, and good features. Yes, they will sell well. Initial fears persist, but NIO reliable battery swap system dispels concerns, fostering mass adoption amid competition. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.